Alright, when you get your Handozer D3-5 mg, it comes in a box. Everything's included. There comes UPS. In the box, you'll get a filler box. And then here's the unit. And what we're going to need to do is put the wheels and the spikes together. Alright, in the box you have your wheels, two 6-inch casters. And then you have the pull rope. You got your nuts and bolts. And then you have your spikes. And then the instructions. First off, we'll cut the zip tie on the tow hitch. There you go. For setting the depth of the spikes, you can go out in your yard and get a couple of blocks, like 2x4s, as you can see right here. They don't have to be pretty. We're going to just use them for the height and then set them underneath each corner of the implement. Like so. And we use those for a spacer then to set the spike depth. Place in your spikes in the slots provided. Look for the V-bolts. That's what we call the V-bolts, and then we'll place those. We're gonna place the V-bolts in on the back side. Alright, we're gonna look for the 3/8 nylocks, and then we're gonna start putting those on. The ratchet or the wrench that you'll need for this is 9/16 to tighten everything up. So the carriage bolt goes in from behind, then you put on the washer, and then you put on the nylock. Alright, the final phase in our assembly is connecting the tow hitch. The tow hitch comes with a turnbuckle that's used for adjusting the height and adjusting the height of the hitch to the vehicle and the depth of the spike. So pull the pin that's in the front. This is where the turnbuckle hooks into. You're going to take the hitch and pull it over. The turnbuckle is going to go into the spot right there where we took the pin out, and then place the pin back through the hole. Then hook back in the pin, and always stick the pin all the way through if you can. That way you know you don't lose them. Good. Alright, we have 3 positions. 1, and that's the most aggressive position. That makes the rake more vertical. And then 2, the second position is a little less aggressive. This is the most common position that we use. And then number 3 position is a little less vertical and is more for smoothing and final grooming. Besides the adjustment that we have, the 3-position adjustment, we also have 2 sides to our grading bar. One you can see with the grading serrated edges down, and then we can turn it over, and then you could also use the flat edge. So if you wanted a really smooth finish for landscaping lawn, or having a smooth horse arena, or other activities that you wanted to use the flat edge, you can use either side also. Alright, the other use for traveling, we have a bail pin, and you put that in the unit in the caster, and then that allows you to travel so that it locks it in place. When you're ready to use the machine, then you can take the bail pin out and then put the casters down, and then you can either lock it into position, and that would be if you weren't going to be using the rope and you're just going to drag. In the use position, we take the bail pin and put it in the front hole, and then lock it over, and so they don't fall over in the front position when you're using it. They'll just go partially up, and it keeps them from binding on the back bar. A frequently asked question is the Handozer heavy enough to do my gravel driveway that's 10, 12 years old? Well, the Handozer is specifically made with a racking system for a cinder block. We recommend 2 cinder blocks, one that's empty and one with concrete added to the middle, and we put a rebar piece in there when we're putting the concrete in so that you have a handle, because it's hard to pick up without the handle. Well, it weighs 75 pounds by itself, and with this cinder block full of concrete, it adds an additional 75 pounds for an overall weight of 150 pounds. This is plenty heavy enough for the toughest of gravel driveways.